Wewe, this time round, this family inakupangia, si ndio? Hii family inakupangia, mumetutumia vibaya for a long time. And let me say this, I want to assure the Kamba nation, huyu Kalonzo mumshikilie vizuri. Mtamshikilia nyumbani? Mpatie nafasi tuende na yeye, tukatafuta serikali. I want to assure you, hatarudi hapa mikono mtupu.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we speak right now, there is something that you all have noticed recently. The saying of Rigathi Gachagua that he will become, that he is ready to vie for the presidency come the year 2027, is a notion that he, Rigathi Gachagua himself, has amplified for a very long time. I mean, for some time right now, since he began this notion about 1 or 2 weeks ago. But another thing is clearly playing out here, that Rigathi Gachagua is not the man that will actually put himself there forward without a reason. And that is why I have several times told you that Rigathi Gachagua knows the game that he is playing with William Ruto and his allies ahead of the 2027 general election, because he doesn't want the cards of the 2027 general election for the united opposition to play out so openly to President William Ruto, because the man has resources to infiltrate the united opposition and make them, change their mind on how they are going to beat him in the year 2027. Now, yesterday, when it was on which was on a Sunday, Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka attended a church service in Machakos County. And in the said church service, something played out very clear. Rigathi and Kalonzo Musyoka, they brought out a picture that a lot of people have been looking forward to for some time right now. In a way, Rigathi Gachagua spoke as if he was endorsing Kalonzo Musyoka for the presidency come the year 2027. Now, we know that we have been having a conversation of two competitors within the united opposition for the flag bearer of the united opposition come the year 2027. And that is Fred Okengo Matiang'i and Kalonzo Musyoka. But also something else happened that spoke to us in a coded language, where Fred Matiang'i and Jeremiah Kioni were attending another church service in Kajiado, while Kalonzo Musyoka and Rigathi Gachagua were in Machakos. And immediately Kalonzo Musyoka completed his church service in Machakos with Rigathi Gachagua, he joined Matiang'i and Jeremiah Kioni in Kajiado. But Rigathi Gachagua refused to go there, nor did his allies follow them. Now, this is what is playing out here. Rigathi Gachagua knows that he has no place in vying for the 2027 general election. Yesterday, speaking at Inoro TV, he said for him, he is going to work towards making sure that when they reach at the time to decide the flag bearer of the united opposition, he, Rigathi Gachagua, will have acquired about 10 million votes that he will put on the table during the negotiation of who becomes the flag bearer. Now, there they can start talking. It is not about the matter of numbers that he will bring. He himself said it is about the matter of the man that will be appointed. Will he be fierce enough to take down William Ruto in a race come the year 2027? And Rigathi Gachagua knows that if he had a chance of running, he is the only candidate that can, single-handedly pull this move of taking down William Ruto come the year 2027. But due to the constitutional crisis facing him, he has to play other cards. And let me say, Rigathi Gachagua telling us that he is vying for presidency, he is avoiding the infiltration of William Ruto in this team. Because if he stands on the sidelines and, says that he won't vie, they will know that Rigathi Gachagua has settled for another candidate. But I tell you, in this united opposition team, the only favorable candidate that Rigathi Gachagua has endorsed for so long is Kalonzo Musyoka for the presidency. I mean, Kalonzo Musyoka is the only one in this united opposition that has the credentials and the experience of running a government since he served as a deputy president during the Mwai Kibaki regime. And that is why Rigathi Gachagua holds him so close. Another person that was rumored to become either a running mate or a flag bearer in the united opposition is none other than Mother Karua. But now, Mother Karua is a person that disappears from the limelight for a month and then resurfaces somewhere, speaks in a media interview, then disappears again. And Rigathi Gachagua can't, go ahead and run the united opposition with the flag bearer. That is a no-show. Are we together? Because William Ruto and his people are everywhere, yapping every day, trying to sell the narrative that William Ruto deserves a second term. Now, to tell you what I have cracked in this meeting, or in these two meetings that happened yesterday, I want to read a statement that was publicized by Kalonzo Musyoka through his social media pages on the matter of him having a meeting in Kajiado yesterday with Jeremiah Kioni and Fred Matiang'i. Now listen to this very careful, because this is what speaks in volumes here. Now Kalonzo says, the church should be a place of truth and hope, yet far too often the Ruto regime. No, this one is not the video the nini I was looking for. But according to Kalonzo Musyoka, what he said in the said post is that, it's high time now the united opposition comes together for what? For the main goal, which is kicking out William Ruto. He said, I have this afternoon joined congregates at the 10th Revival Church in Kajiado County, together with Dr. Fred Matiang'i, Eugene Wamalwa, and Jeremiah Kioni. Now, here is what we are going to see. Kalonzo Musyoka has been endorsed by Rigathi Gachagua. Now, there is nobody else who has more power in the united opposition right now than Rigathi Gachagua. So the endorsement of Rigathi Gachagua for Kalonzo Musyoka gives him a go-ahead to continue now looking on, to continue searching for a favorable running mate come the year 2027. Matiang'i, on the other hand, has been running on the notion of him being the project of Jubilee, him being the project of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and that is something that we have been fighting for, to clear the name of Matiang'i as a project of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta or a project of Jubilee. Matiang'i himself has disassociated himself with Jubilee for some time. Yesterday was the first time in a very long time that Matiang'i and Jeremiah Kioni were seen together. But if you look clearly and learn the body language of Fred Matiang'i in that meeting, he was not happy and he was not satisfied having Jeremiah Kioni there. Because Jeremiah Kioni has been rumored to be a project of William Ruto within the opposition, who is paid to disrupt the opposition and lead Fred Matiang'i astray. Remember, the other day, Jeremiah Kioni said that the one-term narrative sold by Rigathi Gachagua and allies is working in benefit of William Ruto. Now that is not somebody that the united opposition or one Fred Matiang'i can trust to be on his corner. Because at the end of the day, Jeremiah Kioni will sell you for peanuts. Are we together? Kalonzo Musyoka knows that if he has Fred Matiang'i on his corner as a running mate, then they have a chance at beating William Ruto. Because Matiang'i is a technocrat. The track record of Matiang'i speaks for itself. And Kalonzo Musyoka's track record speaks for itself. Now, them having Rigathi Gachagua as the force to campaign for them and rally people behind them, at the end of the day, that will make sure that Fred Matiang'i ends up in the ballot. Kalonzo Musyoka and Fred Matiang'i ends up beating Ruto come the year 2027. So it's a code that Kalonzo is sending to us, that we have decided I will be the flag bearer of the opposition come the year 2027, and Fred Matiang'i will be my running mate. Ladies and gentlemen, would you vote for Matiang'i Kalonzo ticket? That is the question I leave you to answer. See you in our next video. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.